Today we're at the St. Regis in Aspen, Colorado.
It's a beautiful sunny day here, and we can't wait to tell you all about our stay. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Group. We post weekly videos with hotel reviews, travel tips, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So, if you don't already, consider subscribing. And if you like this video and you find the content useful, make sure to give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Before we get our review started, we do want to throw in a quick disclaimer. We are not working with Marriott or St. Regis hotels on this particular stay. We did book through Marriott directly.
We have amassed a small points bank with all of our travels. This hotel was about 90,000 points on this night, which was a Sunday night. The points do change depending on how busy the property is. If you get lucky, you can get it for around 87, 90,000 points a night. I was a little bit uncertain because that is a lot of points when it comes down to it, but it was 100% worth it.
At the end of the video, make sure to stay tuned because we'll talk a little bit more about how we actually got those points, what we used to be able to book this hotel, and why we're able to have the Marriott status that we do, even though we really don't stay at a lot of Marriotts. All right, so let's jump right into our review of the St. Regis here in Aspen, Colorado.
Our first category is location. The location we rate 5 stars.
It's honestly hard to beat the location of the St. Regis. They're right at the base of Aspen Mountain. They're centrally located in an area where you have perfect walking distance to the downtown mall, where most of Aspen's shopping and restaurants are, and you're also really close to the mountain. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you are not ski in, ski out, but we didn't think in this particular case that was important enough to downgrade the location score, just because they do offer a number of amenities that do make skiing here super easy, including a ski valet, which we'll talk more about later.
Our second category is lobby and check-in. At lobby and check-in, we rate 3.5 stars.
When you walk into the lobby, it's really beautiful. It's not super grandiose, not really high ceilings, but it does have this real elegant look to it. And that comes from the fact that this building actually used to originally be the Ritz-Carlton when it was first built, and then got taken over by the St. Regis, and they've put a little bit more of a contemporary twist on it with some of the recent renovations.
And it looks just like it fits in with the mountains. It's got the dark woods, the stone. It's absolutely stunning.
And they've still kept a lot of the style that they had before, which we'll talk more about in the style category, but you still get a lot of those Colorado elements, like the bronze statues of cowboys and some of the wood ceilings that used to exist when it was a Ritz-Carlton.
And the fireplace in the lobby is beautiful and it's always on. It's an absolutely elegant centerpiece for the lobby.
With that said, check-in was not quite as smooth as it could have been. We're only here for one night, and unfortunately that was really kind of blatantly pointed out by one of the managers in a way that could have come off a little better. But outside of our experience, there were a couple things that I think could have been better during check-in. One in particular, there wasn't any type of welcome drink that was offered, not just like wine or an alcoholic beverage, but even like a hot cider. It's the middle of winter and it could have been, I think, a nice touch to have.
And they didn't give us a lot of information about the hotel that I only found out by reading the guide that most people ignore in the rooms. If I were you and you're checking in, be sure to read the guide because some of the amenities that they have here are truly exceptional.
One thing that was great, the woman at check-in did offer us complimentary access to the spa because they were unable to upgrade us as gold members of Marriott, and so that was a really nice touch. I thought that went really well, but as Marin said, a little bit more explanation about the property, what amenities they do offer, including some of the butler services that come with staying at the St. Regis, I think would have been a really nice touch.
Our third category is rooms. In rooms, we rate 4.5 stars. We love this room, and we're currently in a deluxe room, which has a beautiful view, and it's one grade up from the standard superior.
Yeah, the rooms are really gorgeous. They're super contemporary and have this elegance to them. The wallpaper is unique. Everywhere you look in this room, there's a piece of detail that's just so refined. It's really, really beautiful. Even with our view, we're looking directly out at one of the St. Regis buildings, but we do have a great view of the mountain. Even though we haven't stayed in a lot of rooms in this hotel, it does seem while looking around that most of the rooms are going to have a fairly good view. It's either going to be of the downtown Aspen area, of the mountain, or you're going to be looking into the courtyard where you might have glimpses of either the mountain or some of the downtown areas. So there's a little bit of a mix of views, but I think overall you have a really pretty view, and the building itself is really pretty.
The room does have a full mini bar as well. They offer complimentary water, both at turn down and in the room in general. And they do have a coffee machine as well. It's not an espresso, but it's pretty close.
And one thing we definitely have to highlight is the bed.
It's so nice. In the deluxe rooms, on their website, it does say there are frette linens. That includes the slippers as well. I'm honestly not too sure about the superior rooms. I imagine they have the same bedding. It's just not listed on their website, and they are divine. My other favorite feature of the room is the bathroom. It is so elegant, and there's a freestanding tub, and it's amazing.
Yeah, everything's done in beautiful marble. A lot of accent lighting they've put throughout the bathroom that just makes it really pretty. And then one thing that they did that I really liked, they have these sliding doors that open the bathroom to the bedroom, bedroom where they have a beautiful standing tub that you can sit in and kind of open up that entire area between bathroom and bedroom.
The room really does have everything you need for both a personal stay or a business stay with the desks.
One negative about the room is that it is kind of lacking a lot of USB features. They do have something that's been added after the fact, I think, to modernize the room, but it's only on one side of the bed. It only features 2 USB ports, so it's a little bit limited. However, we did call down to the front desk and they did come up within about 5 to 10 minutes with an additional USB, so that problem was solved fairly quick. Our 4th category is service.
Service we rate 4 stars. The St. Regis comes with the bespoke butler service at every hotel, and this one is no exception. The butler service goes with every room type, and you can take advantage of any of the amenities by calling the butler number on your phone. They do things like deliver complimentary tea and coffee to your room. They can also do shoe shining for free overnight, as well as the turn down in the evening. Now, before you arrive to the hotel, the main butler does send you an email asking for reasons for visiting, if you have any special requests, and at what time you would like turn down. I'm typically quite weary of these emails because I've received them in the past and nothing's been done when you show up to the hotel. However, this time at turn down, there was a bottle of champagne waiting for Max's birthday, and they came promptly at 8 for turn down.
It was great to have an amenity. They brought both a bottle of champagne as well as a really nice platter of desserts with little macaroons and some chocolate covered strawberries. That was fabulous. One thing I will say about service is we have noticed that since there are a lot of seasonal employees, unlike some of the other resorts we've reviewed, like the Lake Tahoe area, where some of the seasonal employees will actually be a detriment to the service, here the seasonal employees are actually one of the real positives, and oftentimes that's because they're coming from other St. Regis hotels around the world or other big brands, and they're often in training, but they're really eager to please. And so that's been one of the highlights for sure.
With that said, some of the permanent fixtures in service can be a bit of a downer.
In general, we've noticed that some of the more fixtured employees have kind of taken on some of the air that people might hear about from Aspen. And it tends to be one of those things that follows Aspen around where there is a little bit of a snobby air here. And unfortunately, that does come across in some of the guest relations. However, like we said, the majority of the service people that we interacted with have been wonderful. They've been super eager. There have been a couple issues around service being a little bit slow, particularly in the bar area, but we went to the restaurant this morning for breakfast at the Velvet Buck and had phenomenal service from our waiter there. And overall, between that and the butler service, the service here has been quite outstanding.
And if you watched some of our other videos, turn down is huge for us, and often we were very disappointed. However, last night when we returned from dinner, we were blown away. This might be one of our top 2 or 3 best turn down services we've ever had.
Yeah, overall on turn down, they hit all the marks. Between leaving the amenity in the room, making the bed look beautiful, leaving slippers on both of our sides, along with complimentary water by both of our bedsides,
and the radio playing beautiful subtle jazz.
Yes, they basically hit every mark. Our 5th category is dining.
Dining rate 4.5 stars. We both had drinks in the lobby bar last night, as well as breakfast this morning at the Velvet Buck, and both were excellent.
On property, they offer several dining experiences, including the Velvet Buck, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's more of a casual dining experience, although the prices, like much of Aspen, are on the high side. It is a little bit more casual. They do also offer a fine dining experience at the Chef's Club, and that's really a unique experience. It is open seasonally, so before you make any reservations, make sure you check, and also check who the visiting chef and staff is going to be. They actually rotate the chef and staff at the Chef's Club in order to provide an experience that changes from season to season.
They do also offer in-room dining, that is breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. And with the butler service, they do offer complimentary tea and coffee in your room in the morning. So before you go and order that room service teapot, be sure to call the butler first so you don't make the same mistake that a couple people have commented on TripAdvisor about, paying for your tea or coffee, because it is complimentary in the morning.
That's definitely an important thing to note, and that goes back to some of our advice all the time, which is when you get into a hotel, make sure you read that in-room guide.
Always read the guide.
It's really important. There's always useful information in there, and in particular for the St. Regis, there's a bunch of things that you can get in there that are freebies, including the coffee in the morning that your butler can bring, as well as an afternoon selection of drinks that they have in the lobby from 3 to 5. So definitely important information in there. Of course, the other casual dining and drinks option is the Mountain Social, which is the in-lobby bar. It has some beautiful seating areas next to the fireplace, and they do have seating outside in the courtyard as well, which can be a really lovely thing. They do have fire pits located outside in the winter, and on some mild days you can probably sit out there, although for our trip it was a little too cold to do that. Our 6th category is facilities.
Facilities rate 5 stars, and it's 5 stars for a number of reasons. While the hotel is not ski in, ski out technically, they do have a ski valet located at the base of the mountain at the gondola, which is amazing. They also have a full spa that we're about to go experience in a few, as well as the pool and hot tub open year-round.
This is also a great hotel for events. They do have a ballroom downstairs, so a lot of central events are hosted hosted here, from the Aspen Food and Wine Festival to Fashion Week to Comedy Week. There's tons of events that are hosted here at the St. Regis. And so when there are events in Aspen, it is a really central place to be. And so that's one of the perks of these facilities as well. There are also some small shops and boutiques adjacent to the lobby, and they do offer a valet parking option as well, which is $30 in case you are driving to the Aspen area, which is a good thing to note, or you are renting a car. But they do also have a shuttle that they offer, which will take you in the surrounding Aspen area, which is the central 7 blocks of Aspen.
Yeah, the technical radius is 2 miles, so be sure to look up where you're going first.
And by far the most important thing to mention in facilities is Kitty.
Yes, Kitty! Kitty, the Bernese mountain dog. He is a very large dog, ironically named Kitty.
They do have a Bernese mountain dog full-time staff located here on the property
So
for
cute.
all of the cuddling and photographic needs that you might have while you're on your Aspen vacation. They are still looking for an opening, by the way, for somebody to handle that dog full-time. So if you are interested, make sure to go check out their website. This is not a promotion. We're not working with the St. Regis, but if you've seen that dog and you are interested in living in the mountains and being a full-time caretaker of a Bernese mountain dog, go check that out. And our final and 7th category is style.
Style, we rate 5 stars. This hotel is beautiful.
They've really done a fantastic job. As we mentioned earlier in our review, this was originally built as a Ritz-Carlton, and it was taken over by the St. Regis, and there's still aspects of this building that retain that Ritz-Carlton style, and they've added this really contemporary look to it, where all of the rooms have just beautiful accents. The hallways have these beautiful chandeliers and this really cool wallpaper that just lightens it up. It really makes it feel elegant and beautiful, but updated. Across the board, they've really nailed it on the style, and they've still kept a lot of that early Colorado Ritz-Carlton vibe, where they have these beautiful statues in the lobbies that are bronze, giant eagle. They have these beautiful bucks that are located outside. There's a lot of really cool style elements in this hotel.
And there's a lot of leather, there's a lot of gold. It's all very rich and expensive feeling. I will say their website is absolutely terrible when it comes to the photos. You really cannot see how beautiful the rooms are in the photos of the hotel, so just take it from us.
And it's kind of a funny thing. We come across this a lot, but oftentimes hotels do a terrible job of marketing themselves on their own website. There are a number of resources out there. You can obviously check out our blog. We photographed the room and the property almost entirely, so go check those out. And as well, check out the B-roll in this video. And again, if you find this helpful, make sure to hit the thumbs up. We really do appreciate it.
So overall, we rate this property 4.5 stars. We absolutely love this hotel. We've been wanting to stay here for a long time. We did book this on points. We're not working with the St. Regis or with Marriott. Quick note on booking that we promised you about how we booked this and how we have gold status, even though we don't really stay at a lot of Marriotts. First of all, if you don't already have one, sign up for a Marriott account. That always helps with a stay. If you stay at a branded hotel, be sure to get that loyalty number. You start amassing points pretty quickly. However, the best way to do it is to get the Amex Platinum. With Amex Platinum, you get a number of brand benefits. With Marriott, you get instant gold status. Gold status usually gives you things like a late 2 p.m. checkout upon availability, as well as upgrades to the next available room type. In this case, we did not get the upgrade. However, they did throw in the spa access, which is $90 a person, so that's a great value to have, so it's always worth asking for that upgrade.
Now, mind you, there are a couple things that if you are Marriott fans, you may already know this, but there have been a couple downgrades in that program as well, including the fact that free breakfast is something that's no longer offered as Marriott Gold. However, we do still think that if you have an Amex Platinum, it is something worth doing. A lot of people that have that card might not actually know that they even have the benefit. Go on, you do actually have to do the effort. It does not come automatically. I'll put some instructions in the description below about how to do that. And one more benefit to talk about quickly is that you do have the ability to transfer points from Amex directly to Marriott at a 1-to-1 value. So for this night, since we didn't have enough Marriott points, we were able to do that, and that was what managed to cover our night.
And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button right now.
And if you want to see more of our videos from Aspen or any of the mountain resorts that we've been to this year, make sure to stay till the end screen. We're going to link a bunch of them there. And if you want more details about this property or any of the properties we've covered, check out the links in the description below. We've linked to our blog at voyagerguru.com. And finally, if you enjoy some of the photography and videography that we've done throughout this video, you'll definitely like our Instagram, so go check that out. You can find us on Instagram at Voyager Guru.
And as always, I'm Maren.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.